Hey, this is video 431, and Ozu. O is in orangutan, Z is in zoo, O is in octopus. Ozu. I would try to say his first name, but I really can't. Arguably the best director in Japanese history. He was called the most zen of directors. His finest movie, or one of his finer movies, was called Tokyo Story. And he was compared to Mr. Kurosawa. And the comparison was that Mr. Kurosawa loved heroic figures. He loved brave people. He loved people fighting for their existence and overcoming tremendous obstacles and then triumphing over them. He was an existentialist type of movie maker, and he had heroes. Um, he loved Dostoevsky. That was his whole thing. I think his best movie was Red Beard. Um, my kids saw it with me, and they said, "Boy, they had to cry because they cried." It's a very sad movie, but at the end, it's not sad. It's very much, and it's strange because at the end of the movie, they have a family situation, and they use some of the same actors that were there in the stock company of Mr. Ozu. Mr. Ozu lived to about 60. He was born in about 1900, I think, and he died in the early 60s, I believe. Or maybe in the 70s. Maybe he was born in 1910. I don't remember all the dates, but he made silent films, and he made movies with this lady, Shashihira Hiro. I forgot her name, but she was a great actress. She made a movie with Kurosawa. She's probably I think she might be a lesbian because she did live alone in her house with another woman. She never married. And then when Mr. Ozu retired, she never made another movie. But she had a kind of a cute face, and he used her a lot in different movies for characters. And she loved to work for him. And after he died, I don't think she worked much anymore. She just didn't want to work. His films, all his kids were brats. He loved to have brat kids. They weren't terrible, they were just brats. And let's start with Tokyo Story. Tokyo Story is about an older couple that go to visit their kids in Tokyo. And they're from a northern province, and they go and visit their kids. And they go and they just have an adventure and do things. I mean, nothing extraordinary happens. They get drunk. The father gets drunk with a bunch of people. The family kind of go back and forth, and you know they send them on a vacation. Pay them on a vacation, and they say, "Well, why are we on a vacation? I thought we wanted to go see our kids." And it's very slow. I don't know if modern film watchers could watch it because Mr. Ozu did not get in a hurry. He didn't move his camera very much. He put his camera somewhere and he would let it sit and he would let the characters develop and he would let them do their thing. And I haven't seen this movie in maybe 3, 4 years. I don't remember when I saw it. I saw it and I listened to Mr. Ritchie's commentary. And Mr. Ritchie he will blow your mind. He will teach you a lot if you listen to those commentaries that he made and you read him, research his stuff on YouTube or whatever. He'll teach you a lot. But Mr. Ozu doesn't make people horrible. His people are not like people that, beat up people or do terrible things. They're just They're selfish, you know. They're a bunch of people that hear this family, this couple, they're old, they're about to die, and the kids are only concerned about themselves. And towards the ending, um, the mother is there with the father, and she dies. I don't remember where she died, but she died unexpectedly. And the father was left alone. And they had a funeral, and all the kids kind of showed up. And the biggest bitch of the bunch acted like she loved her so much. She just could miss her mother. And it was obvious from the whole movie that she was just a bitch. You know, she was a total bitch. And she tried to make herself feel like she was the best daughter, and she loved her mama more than any of them. And a lot of the kids didn't care. And this one lady that I don't even know, who wasn't even, I think she was an in-law, she loved the mother more than the kids did. And she wanted to help them. And I don't even remember how the movie ended up. I think the old man was just sitting there and it just faded out to the water. You know, I'm kind of upset just thinking about it, and it kind of hurts me just thinking about it because that's how powerful the movie was. Because Mr. Ozu was that brilliant. I mean, he didn't have to do anything. I mean, the brilliance in like a movie like Seven Samurai is it kind of built. You know, he would start the movie and the action was slow, and it would kind of build. But I don't know, the way that Ozu works was different. It was just very calm. It was just very zen. It was zen. It was like he gave you a moment of enlightenment with the old man. And Ozu died of cancer. He was only 60 and he couldn't believe it. And on his grave is the symbol Mu, M-U, nothingness. And Donald Ritchie, they asked him, did it mean he was a Buddhist and all this? And Donald Ritchie just said it was a bunch of bullshit. And it was just there. So I don't know. You can draw your own conclusions. But you better and you need to watch Tokyo Story. Because it is a great movie. And anything by Ozu is great. Ozu is the shit of the shit of the shit. Bye-bye.